You're watching MileHighSportsPreps.com.
An incredible finish for Mike Griebel and Heritage. He had the guts to throw the fade and not to go into another overtime. I thought they were going to be there last year, and they had a tough injury, and that kid's starting at Eastern Washington, and sometimes just one injury will do it. But how about a big hand and welcome for Mike Griebel?
Thanks, Irv. I just want to, first of all, congratulate Coach Johnson, his staff, and the Trojans on their season and being here, as well as Coach Madden and the Panthers and Coach Logan and the Mustangs. So congratulations to everybody. I mean, it's a very special time. I'm trying to appreciate it myself right now. We've had a great year. We have a very close group of seniors that have been doing this together since they were little Tigers, and that's kind of fun, as most of these guys probably have. But it's fun to watch them grow up, and as a father and a coach, kind of a dual role. It's been a special ride over the past few years, and like I said, I've known a lot of these guys since they were pretty small. So I'm very excited about the experience and the game, and we're proud to be here, and I hope I'm sure the kids will represent well on Saturday for Heritage High.
One of the big controversies at Colorado is the coach coaching his son. It's been a controversy all year long. What's it like coaching your son? Does Mama pay attention? What you're going to say now? What's the deal? You give him the ball enough? What do you do?
It's been great, Irv. It really has. I think it's a blessing. You have to go through the tribulations of what happens early on when he was younger, 9th, 10th grade, when we were using him, and we knew he had the ability at that point, and there was some question marks there with the nepotism of that at that time. But I think performance on the field silenced all those kind of things, and so that made it easier because he could play a little bit. But it's been a thrill for our whole family, extended family, everybody. It's been terrific. So,
right.
Yep,
very good.
Well, it's hats off and a compliment to Coach Bravo's team. That's why, because I don't want to give him the ball back again, and that we're going to end it right now and on our terms and finish this. So I thought we had a good combination of what we were going to do. We actually talked about as a staff as soon as overtime was established. I already told my offensive coordinator, I said, have your 2-point play ready. This is only going one time. So what happened was our kicking team ran out there on reflex. The kids didn't know it, but they went out there because that's what they do after we score a touchdown. So they went out there unknowing. We called them back over. But we already had the plan. We already knew we were going for 2 at that point. So that's kind of how that transpired. I think just the whole experience of that Final Four game, and I'm sure Longmont would concur. That's a tough one to win. And you're, when you're in that situation, I think the kids maybe feel more pressure in that game than this one, because it's just getting here is huge. So I'm just glad we worked out like it did. If I had it to do over, we'd do the same thing again for sure. And again, that's out of respect to our opponent, because I just didn't want to give them the ball again. I think situational. You have to do the a lot of it is going to be instinct, Neil. If it's the right thing to do, that was the right thing to do at that time for this team. I think we didn't want to go out and miss an extra point and get beat or something like that. Let's go down in flames if we're going to go down and go out that way. So I think our personality and on our staff and by our kids will have an effect on what we would decide. But I think so. Well, they're very diverse, like you say, and they are deep. And I think the one thing that I noticed from just the little bit that we've had a chance to see them thus far is how good they are up front. And that's where football games are won. And that's what I'm very impressed with so far. They've got Tim Tebow, a quarterback, and he's a load. So we understand that. But he's surrounded by great athletes, and they play hard, and they are very physical. And so we're going to have to be ready for another physical game like we just went through.
You're watching
MileHighSportsPreps.com. Brought to you by Caribou Coffee. Life is short. Stay awake for it. Find a location near you at CaribouCoffee.com.